Hello! Thank you so much for scooping time to join us for today's episode. Are you 7 to 9 weeks pregnant and wondering what's happening to you? At this time, 50 to 80% of women are still facing nausea and vomiting. They are still experiencing tender breasts. Wondering what is happening to your baby? Your baby should be the size of a blueberry by now. And of course, looking through the ultrasound, you should be able to differentiate between the head of the baby and the body of the baby. Want more gist in details? Stay tuned. Let's begin. A warm welcome to you. 7 to 9 weeks pregnant, there is a lot to expect, and we are going to dive in it within few minutes. Before I do, I want to disclaim that I am neither a medical professional or expert. Of course, through my experiences, brainstorming from other mothers on our Facebook page, and of course, through research, I bring you this video. If you're interested, stay tuned. If you're new on the channel, we say a very warm welcome for joining us. And of course, welcome to my fellow family members. On this channel, we look at motherhood, pregnancy journey, we look at side hustles, we look at how to bring extra income to make sure that we are still happy and spending time with the precious baby. So that leads us to entrepreneuring tips. So if all this interests you, please don't forget to hit the subscription button to join this family. We are happy and glad that you are part of us. Today, we are going to look into 7 to 9 weeks pregnancy symptoms. And of course, as I said earlier, the first thing you'll be experiencing at this moment is nausea. Nausea can be very disturbing. It could be with you till maybe your 12 weeks, and if you're not lucky, it could follow you up to your 15 weeks of being pregnant. During this time, there are things that I used to avoid, and those things include the smell of fish. Yes, it used to irritate me so much. And I know 50 to 80% of women out there having nausea feels the same or will have the same irritating symptom. And so, how was I controlling it? By eating dry foods. I normally get a lot of these dry foods from Lidl, Sainsbury's, and those things help with not just the nausea, but with my craving as well. Another traditional thing that I used to do was ginger. Ginger helps control nausea. You can redo your research. And so what I normally used to do was I wash the ginger, peel it off, and cut some into little tiny nuts. And then as I watch my television or relaxing, I throw them into my mouth and chew them off. Once I start chewing, it helps control the nausea symptoms that I feel, which makes my mouth feel a bit better and controls the nausea as well. Another thing that I would encourage you to avoid is using perfume that is scented at this time, because perfumes that is scented tend to trigger the nausea symptom a lot, or perhaps even pushes you to the extent of vomiting. At this time, I would encourage you to rather eat foods that contains vitamin B6 and B12, which may include avocado, chicken, bananas, and of course, stay away from or use fragrance that is scented free. Hyperemesis gravidarum. This is a type of vomiting that's severe. Vomiting is normal in pregnancy and you should be experiencing it by now. However, if it becomes too excessive or too much, then that is the name given to it by the experts. Immediately call your midwife or your GP for hospital treatment. Don't take it lightly, but don't panic as well, because this is a symptom or this is a common illness that they have under control. Another symptom that we've already looked at is our tender breast. The breast become very tender, and some people experience soreness around the nipple area. This is all preparation of the breast, getting ready to be able to manufacture those precious milk or food for baby when baby comes. Okay. Another little thing that you might be experiencing at this time might be a little bit of bleeding, which it's normal. But once you feel any pain with it, immediately call your midwife or your GP. Hormones, of course, will be rising up at this time. And so that would trigger some mood swings along the line. So what I used to control this symptom was more of finding myself with my loved ones, because they are the only people who understand what you are going through. And therefore, if your mood swings, they understand. And no matter the reactions that come from you, they will be there to support you. It's good to take fruits and vegetables at this time as well, so that you can build your immune system. Folic acid and the vitamins that we are asked to take is still continuing, because you have to be taking it till your 12 weeks or until your midwife or doctor advises you not to do so. The baby. Yes, the baby is developing. And of course, the baby, you can now see the head from the body, and the baby is now in a yolk sac, okay, which helps the baby get the blood and the nutrients at all times to make sure the baby is developing well. If today is your first time joining us and you think so far this has been very, very, very productive, and you have at least tapped a thing or two from it to support your pregnancy journey, please do us the honor to subscribe, like this video, and join this community. We are all about making motherhood joyous. As I always preach, sharing is caring. The pregnancy journey, the motherhood journey can sometimes be very, very lonely, especially we that we are in the diaspora. I am a victim of it. Hence this channel. I do not want anyone to go through what I went through, because the journey itself is not easy. And for you to have all this frustrating thing around you with no help makes it a bit more uneasy. Hence, please share to help others out there. You might not know who might be needing this, but God will bless everyone who shares to support somebody out there. All right, so baby would be having a lot of movement. You'll be feeling a lot of movement, especially if it's your second baby, your third baby. You'll be able to feel the movement in your tummy by now. If it's your first time mom, sometimes even though the baby is moving, it's hard for you, or it's difficult for you to sense it, because you are not really an observer of your body. But with that, we have already had kids before. It's easier for us to be able to detect when the baby is moving. So, week 9, what do we expect in week 9? Week 9, an ultrasound will be able to see that all the other parts of the baby's body is developing. So the hands, the head, they'll be able to detect the nose. Even the nose, they will see it as a dot. They will see the nose, the legs. So they should be able to detect whether any of those parts is not really coming out the way they should. At this time as well, you need to be able to eat a good balanced diet, because this is a stage where if you're not careful, you might be diagnosed as anemic. I had that in my second pregnancy, because this is the time where the baby formation becomes very keen and it takes a lot from your body. So it's advisable to eat well, and that is why you're still on the iron tablet, so that it helps you or prevents you from getting anemic. Also ensure that any toilet that you use, whether it's if you go out and or you're traveling in a plane or a train and you're using any public facility or any public toilet, make sure you disinfect it before you sit on it, because these times you are easy to attract a lot of infections and bacteria, especially the urine infection. All organs are developing at this time, and of course all that you have to do as well is to eat well and have a lot of sleep. Please, and I say again, please try to have enough sleep, because at this foundation of the baby development, sleep, the body needs a lot of sleep to help the developing process get more easier. These are all the symptoms that you should be experiencing from your 7 to 9 weeks pregnant. These are symptoms I have experienced in all my several pregnancies that I have had, and this is how I managed it. I hope this video has been productive and will support you through your 7 to 9 weeks journey. I try my best as I can to bring you all the subsequent weeks and what you should expect and how to control it. Remember, we are all about making motherhood joyous, and we are going through with you throughout this journey. We got your back. You are not alone. For any other queries that or symptoms that you are experiencing that I didn't mention, please don't forget to comment it below so that I will get back to you, or the other family members can also respond immediately. Remember, if any of these symptoms that I have mentioned, you are not experiencing it, it doesn't mean there's something wrong. No, we are all different, and sometimes we might experience this at different stages. So it is okay if you're not experiencing one or two. There might be other symptoms that maybe I didn't mention because it's not really the common ones that we normally experience. However, if you're experiencing one that you think you have experienced it in your first, second, third pregnancies that I haven't mentioned, comment it below so that others will be aware of these symptoms and know how to control it. It's always been your lady, Miss Millie, and I'm happy to always bring you this episode so that we can all enjoy our motherhood journey. Until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye.